So I can actually be really parent-led here, because if a parent is actually smacking their child, chances are that child is not going to be a very happy child, and the discipline is going to be wobbly. It's either going to be fighting its parent, or being underhand to get around the problem, or it's going to be a very submissive, discouraged child. So I can actually come in from whatever problem that the parent is expressing about the child's behaviour, and help them to understand why the child is behaving the way it is, and why the parent is responding the way they are. And that way you never need to talk about smacking, because it becomes obvious from the process. In fact, I've had people say, I wrote a paper about the twins. The mother actually said, "Oh, so smacking's no good then?" Yes! Yeah. So I don't actually campaign against smacking anymore at the moment. Perhaps I should be, but I'm not. I'm just coming at it from a different point of view.
Yeah, that was... And
I can always find a way in.
Yeah.
From a parent's perspective.
Yeah, no, that was really interesting, the way in which you brought in Adlerian thinking into your response to an issue. So you're drawing in insights from
other places.
Yeah. Let me just push what I was saying about the cultural influence,
yes.
Okay? See, what I've got in mind is, as you campaigned to overcome smacking, I'm wondering whether there is something in the quality of relationship which you understand in relation to the family-led health visiting, that we need to mount a national campaign in the sense of a cultural transformation, because it feels to me that the quality of relationships that you understand through alongsideness are the quality of relationships that literally, if they are lived more fully, the world becomes a better place to be.
Absolutely. Yeah? I have no doubt about that.
Right. Now, and this is a puzzle to me.
Are you asking how do we do it?
Yeah, it was not so much how do you do it, because I think I've got a better understanding, and I'll be able to show, I think, through our conversation, and then just splitting it up. And I'll put it initially just on the private sector of the YouTube, so nobody else can access it, just you and I, if you want to just look. But I think I'll be able to show your understandings about how you work with an individual family to actually live these values and actually live in a way which is having the worthwhile conversations and influence. Now, the question then becomes for me, how might we extend that so that there is a cultural transformation that occurs in what is seen to be appropriate behaviour, literally in relational terms, so that the very qualities that you now understand in terms of your way of being, and it's family-led, how might these become part of the...
I think they're happening anyway, because within the health service and in teaching and education too, I mean, the things that I'm saying are not unique to me, are they? I mean, that these relationships I'm speaking about are there, and pretty well most living theory action researchers. They're really common amongst teachers. There will be others who are not. And in health visiting, I've been really noticing some really wonderful colleagues in health visiting. I'm thinking, golly, I've sort of stopped and looked a bit more recently and thinking, I think there's a change happening anyway. I think there is an awareness.
Okay, let me take that then, because I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
That I see the people on the ground who are able to understand the qualities that we're talking about and try to live them. I then get into what we could call a social formation, like Bath and North East Somerset. And I start to look at what we might call loosely institutional structures, which appear to have some material force in relation to the lives of the people that are part of them. And those social formations, when it comes to the exercise of power relations and the very hierarchical form of power relation that into your health visiting you've actually been able to overcome in this family-led health visiting, When I come to look at the power relations within these organisations, they're still dominated by power relations, which are actually antithetical to the very qualities that I think you want to see spread.
Yeah, well, heck, let's just face it. At the grassroots, we're the ones who lead what happens further up.
Yeah.
It's not a top-down. I mean, I know there are policies and things, but actually, you know, in the end, those of us who are actually doing the job, we just get on and do it. And okay, there are constraints, and sometimes you have to duck and dive in order to do the things you know that are really important. But I just think that the policies will catch up with the practice in time. Is that a really weird way of saying it?
No, it's not.
You might say it's a shame, but I don't know how you